shit.
No.
So, all right. So now we're gonna get into Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Right? Did you watch all the seasons of Rick and Morty?
That's my nighttime background show. So I've caught some episodes like all the way through, and then some episodes watched me.
Oh. I hear that. It's Adult Swim, so that's totally that makes sense, right? For me, I'm a big Rick and Morty fan. I've watched the whole series at least 5 times, and I've watched certain episodes or certain seasons almost up to 8 times. And that's because kind of like how some people will like to watch Friends over and over. Rick and Morty has been that for me, right? Me and Serena would, what we doing? Like we got something to do, throw Rick and Morty on in the background, right? And we end up watching it instead of like doing whatever the fuck we're doing. But that's what it's been for us because it's funny, you know. I like funny, you know. Back in the day, I used to watch The Simpsons like that when I was younger, and
Simpsons is too spooky for me now because they just predict so much stuff that happens in real life. I'm like,
yeah, Simpsons. You gotta wonder. Speaking of Simpsons, before we get into Rick and Morty, if you haven't watched Disenchantment.
Oh, I watched that.
You watched that?
I need to watch the new season though.
Yeah.
I
Disenchantment. It's not like laugh out loud hard, like you're crying laughing, but there's so many giggles in there. It keeps you in it. And I like the story too. I mean,
instead of Rick and Morty, my favorite is Polar Opposites. I feel like that has
Polar
more
Opposites.
jokes
Made by
in
the
it.
same people.
It is, but I feel like that has more jokes in it because it's an underrated show. They can get past more things. More in there.
Yeah. I did feel like the stuff Rick and Morty still does a lot. I would say that, but I did feel like that when I was watching Polar Opposites. I was like, "Oh, this is raunchy." They're doing something else here. Like they get because I think it's they putting that on Hulu first. Mm-hmm. Was that it?
Yeah.
So they was able to get away with a lot more. It's not going on TV.
The fighting in the wall.
The war in the wall. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, check out Polar Opposites. That shit is.
The alien brother and sister, they left their limbs. That episode, they left their limbs around each part. They had to pick them up before they left. They find out they was doing all type of stuff. They was in the Olympics. Oh, doing all type of stuff, son.
Yeah. I can't wait till they come out with something new. All right, so we're gonna watch Rick and Morty. This trailer here, but before I even get into it, you know that they I think it's Justin Roiland who got arrested for a short while or convicted of something. We're not going to get into that, but the whole point is he's not the voice anymore of Rick and Morty because he did both Rick and Morty. So they had to recast the voice. You didn't know that?
No.
All right.
That's why it took so long for it to come out again. Oh.
Because they already had a whole bunch of shit planned already. Yeah. They were about to just drop, and then that happened. Plus, not to mention the writer's strike and all that stuff.
What did he get arrested for? I want to know.
Take a guess.
Child pornography.
Oh God, I was gonna say that's a good guess because that's going on so much, but no, I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong about this, guys. I believe it was spousal abuse.
He beat his wife.
I didn't want to say it like that, but yeah, I heard he had to give her the backhand for something.
Damn.
And look, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm not saying that's true. That's just what I heard. Reading up and all that stuff.
Hey, look, Morty! I'm a leg, Morty! Any progress? I found the version of me that killed my wife. You just missed it.
Can I ask if you're currently a hologram?
Yeah, hold on. 1 sec. Do we know anyone sober? Have you been drinking?
On a Thursday?
How long does a society take to collapse?
Let's find out. I'm telling you, man, you're making a big mistake here. Who's ready for Rick's famous spaghetti? I said I was sorry.
No, you didn't.
I said it quietly. Shut up.
Dad, you had a job interview, right?
Bombed it. Whose car is this? Whose sun visor is this? What's a sun?
I was wondering if you could help me out with a bit of a rake situation.
A rake situation?
Well, that last one was just for shock value.
The only thing you see, it's gonna be the ace of spades.
What do you say, Rick? Fly through space, come upon something, maybe I have a moral objection?
Rick and Morty, we're back, baby!
Rick and Morty, new season premieres Sunday, October 15th at 11 p.m. only on Adult Swim.
Could have AI'd that.
AI that. All right. Well, first of all, the trailer.
Oh, this gonna be on Max?
Apparently, I hope they don't already start getting to like this thing where they're just rehashing old jokes. That's one thing with series that I don't like. I'm looking at it and it looks like there's a lot of new stuff there, and it looks pretty funny to me. But I just don't want to see them get into that wavelength of like, well, this worked. I don't think they are. I don't think they are. But I got like a hint for a second. I'm like,
Yeah, but maybe they could have did that just because they wanted to still use the actor's voice, so they took
well,
a joke from.
well. I'll say this though. I'll say no. That was a new actor's voice. I can tell. Rick sounded pretty good in my opinion. Sounded like how he sounded before, but Morty sounded
Yeah, a little bit different.
Sounded
Yeah, I was
for
gonna
sure.
say that.
Morty sounded different for sure. But despite the voice change, are you guys still excited for the next season? I am still excited for the next season. I'm gonna check it out for sure. And I always still have my first 6 seasons if like I don't like the season. That's the way I look at these things. Like everything's not gonna be perfect forever. You know what I mean? At some point it's gonna fall off, maybe. And when that happens, I still have what I love. But I'm excited for it.